Imagine you, married for 20 years, building a life together, sharing dreams and plans, but then you discover something that shakes your whole world. Your wife, the person with whom you plan to spend the rest of your life, has been having an affair for 5 years. How would you feel upon discovering that all those business trips of hers were excuses to meet up with an old love? The betrayal is not just a blow to the heart, but a deconstruction of all the trust and shared history. This is Josh's journey, who had to face the painful reality and seek a new beginning, away from the life he thought he knew. Josh could never have imagined that a simple dinner would change everything. Married to Lisa for 2 decades, he had always prided himself on the stability and happiness of his relationship. But on that night, while searching for an old photo album in the office closet to share with friends during dinner, Josh found something very different. Credit card statements he had never seen before, full of expenses at luxury hotels and restaurants, all marked on the days when he was away on business trips. The dim light of the office reflected in the tears that were beginning to form in his eyes as he flipped through the documents. Each receipt, each reservation, each little note on the back of the pages seemed to scream a betrayal he never imagined possible. With trembling hands, he continued searching, finding more evidence, more lies hidden in the shadows of the life they had built together. Shocked, Josh decided to investigate further before confronting Lisa. In the following days, he followed a trail of emails, messages, and more receipts that confirmed his suspicions. Lisa had been having an affair for 5 years with her old high school boyfriend, Mark. The discovery left Josh devastated, questioning every moment they had spent together, every smile she had given him. In the silence of his office, he examined every word, every sentence, exchanged between them with forensic precision. The messages revealed not only hidden meetings, but also declarations of love and future plans that cut Josh's heart like sharp blades. With each new discovery, the image of the woman he loved crumbled, leaving in its place only the portrait of a stranger. After a few agonizing days, Josh finally confronted Lisa. The conversation was intense and painful. Lisa confessed everything, saying she never intended to hurt him, but felt lost, and Mark made her feel alive again. She begged for Josh's forgiveness, but something inside him was already broken. They were sitting in the living room, the same place where they had celebrated so many anniversaries and family gatherings, now the stage for a drama that was shattering their lives. "How could you?" Josh asked, his voice choked with sadness and anger. Lisa, tears streaming down her face, tried to explain her feelings, her reasons, but the words sounded empty to Josh. "I thought we were happy," he said, looking at the ring on his hand, a symbol of promises now broken. In the months that followed, Josh's life became a tangle of sadness and divorce paperwork. He found himself visiting the places they used to go together, trying to understand where it all started going wrong. The house that was once filled with laughter and love now echoed with the silence of empty hallways. Each trip to the courthouse, each signature on documents sealing the end of his marriage, was like reliving the betrayal. Josh would often find himself standing still, looking at objects that once symbolized their union, photographs from trips, anniversary gifts, and the couch where they used to snuggle up and watch movies. Now these memories haunted him, every corner of his home a reminder of a happy past that seemed like a lie. Eventually, Josh decided he needed a fresh start somewhere new. He sold the house, divided the assets, and moved to another city. His heart still carried the weight of the betrayal. But with each passing day, he learned to accept that some wounds need time to heal. The move wasn't easy. Each packed box, each piece of furniture sold, felt like it was ripping away a piece of him. But as he opened the door to his new apartment, he felt a glimmer of hope. It was a smaller, more modest space, but it was his. There he could build new memories, away from the ghosts of the past. As he unpacked his belongings, he came across the photo album that had set everything off. For a moment he hesitated, but then, resolutely, he placed it on a shelf. It was time to look forward, not back. In his new city, Josh started attending a support group for people who had gone through betrayals and divorces. There, he found others who shared his pains and struggles. Over time, he began opening up his heart, sharing his own story and listening to others. This not only helped ease his pain, but also gave him a different perspective on life and relationships. He realized he wasn't alone on this journey of healing. The meetings became a safe haven, a place where he could express his emotions without fear of judgment. With each shared story, Josh felt a connection, a mutual understanding that was deeply comforting. He learned strategies for coping with his pain, heard advice he never thought he'd need, and slowly began rebuilding his self-confidence and trust in others. Josh also picked up old hobbies he had let go, like photography. He spent his weekends exploring nature and neighboring towns, capturing moments of beauty and serenity. Photography became a form of meditation and a reminder that there was still beauty in the world, despite the pain he felt. With his camera in hand, he rediscovered his passion for capturing light and shadows, the contrasts and colors that make up the world around him. It was an escape, a way to connect with something bigger than his own sorrow. On each outing, he allowed himself to feel more present, more attuned to the natural world surrounding him. The images he captured became metaphors for his own journey. Each sunrise photographed symbolizing a new beginning, each sunset a peaceful closing to the difficult days. Slowly, Josh began to feel more comfortable socializing again. He met new people, made friends in the support group, and even started going on casual dates. Though still hesitant to fully trust someone new, he was learning to open himself up to the possibility of new connections. Each date was a small step out of his comfort zone. Each conversation a chance to rediscover parts of himself he thought he had lost. He frequented local cafes, attended community events, and even joined a book club. These activities helped fill the void left by the betrayal and recognize that there could be a new chapter waiting for him. One where he could laugh, share, and maybe eventually love again. On one of these outings, Josh met Emma, a woman who had also gone through a painful betrayal. They shared similar experiences and a mutual understanding of the scars such ordeals leave. Their friendship blossomed gradually into something deeper, a connection built on empathy and mutual respect. At first, they would just meet for coffee and chat about books and movies, but soon they discovered a comfort in each other they thought impossible to find again. With Emma, Josh felt he could be vulnerable and true. He didn't need to hide his wounds or his pain. They laughed together, shared comfortable silences, and above all, supported each other on the healing journey. It was as if by joining together, they could both finally begin to envision a future that wasn't so bleak. Despite his scars, Josh began to find joy again. He would never forget what happened, but with Emma by his side, he felt he could face the future. They supported each other, and together, they explored what it meant to love again after betrayal. Josh was learning that while some wounds may never fully heal, love and support can make the burden lighter. With Emma, each day was an opportunity for small celebrations of life continuing. They found delight in simple things like cooking together or walking in the park on weekends. Life still had its challenges, of course, but now Josh felt he had someone with whom to share both the burdens and the joys. It was a new phase, a rebuilding where each small step forward was a victory. Finally, after years of pain and growth, Josh found a new sense of purpose in his life. He and Emma decided to get married, a modest celebration, but filled with meaning. Standing beside her at the altar was not just a testament to love, but also to resilience and the human capacity to recover and find happiness after the unimaginable. Josh learned that life, despite its inevitable pains, still offered new beginnings and the possibility to rediscover joy. The wedding took place in a small garden, surrounded by close friends and family who had witnessed and supported their journeys. The vows they exchanged reflected not just promises of love, but of mutual support, healing, and building a future together. It was a moment of celebration, an act of affirming life and love, marking the start of a new chapter where they could both grow and thrive side by side. And you, what would you do in Josh's place? Imagining yourself in that situation is devastating, but it's also an opportunity to reflect on what you truly value and how you would react to life's adversities. Comment below what you would do, and don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to continue following more stories like this one. I'll see you in a new story.